Thank you right off the bat to administration, staff, and the kids who were just in that number. Happy to be here doing all this stuff tonight. Remember, it's not a talent show, so don't look for much talent, okay? It's a lip sync. We'll go for rhythm. That's as good as we can do.
Can you believe they let these people be in charge of children? I tell you, post-pandemic, they'll let anybody teach.
You're next.
I'm next. I'm Mike Chapman, and I am the tallest, most ruggedly handsome member of the Social Studies Department.
Wow. They like that. Move over there, will you?
I don't know, I kind of want to keep talking.
And I'm Frank O'Brien, and I am listed in this program as having fought in the Civil War. I'm going to speak to Ms. Gormley in the morning. I didn't join the military until the Boxer Rebellion. The history jokes are for the Belbins up front. So we're here tonight not just to have a good time. We just want to have fun. It's just a night to blow off some steam, have some yucks, laugh at ourselves a little bit. But there is something really, really important. Ms. Gormley is a citizen of the world. She and her husband go everywhere in the world. They keep themselves aware of what's going on in the world. And right now, there is an absolute crisis over hunger. According to the United Nations, as many as 828 million out of about 7.8 billion people go to bed hungry every night. The number of those facing acute food insecurity has rocketed from 135 million to 345 million since 2019. A total of 49 million people right now are on the edge of absolute famine on 3 different continents. The causes of the crisis, we can argue about this forever, but they are multifaceted. War, climate change, current things like the earthquake in Turkey and Syria. The needs of our fellows in the global community are immense. We'd like to use tonight to unite the Westborough community and raise funds so we can help our fellow humans in need.
Tonight's proceeds will be going to 2 organizations that have boots on the ground all over the world in the fight against hunger. The United Nations World Food Program and World Central Kitchen will be our focus charities tonight. We'll be hearing more about these groups later on in the evening from WHS students. And I want to remind everybody that you can donate to your favorite teachers and acts that are performing tonight by using the Give Butter link that is found in your digital program. Take out your phones, zap the QR code, and you'll see a list of performers and links that you can click on and hopefully donate as much as you possibly can. Each group competing...
Look at the handsome and that's it!
It's gotten me this far in life. Each group competing for tonight's title of Lip Sync Champion will receive 2 scores. The first score will be based on how much money the group raised on Give Butter, which you can still donate to right now, later on, at any point during the show. In addition, there's another way that you can help us crown the winners of the competition tonight during this show.
I don't know if you can see from your seat, and if you want to know how wealthy we are as a community, we here at Westborough High School have 2 Belbins. Lots of high schools have no Belbins. And in macroeconomics, we covered how the seizures of the supply chain have stopped the flow of Belbins around the world. But we have 2 Belbins here, and one of them is young and handsome and athletic and popular, and the other one is here also. And what's going to happen is that you can donate to Give Butter, and that's what we're here for, or you can make a lot of noise. The Belbins will be scoring how loud each act gets applause. So if you want a particular act to win, you have to yell. Can you yell?
I think we should practice right now. I think we should practice. Here we go, on a count of 3. Let's see how loud we can get. 1, 2, 3. That's not bad. That's the same greeting my period 7 class gives to me every time I walk into the classroom. Every day.
Every day. Okay, so each act is going to be awarded points based on how loud their applause is, and the points combined with donations help us crown the winners. So let's get ready to do that. Our first act features Mr. William Parsons, who we rarely let out from the basement of the school, but for about the last hour he's been eating red meat and getting ready to sing a really exciting song about a labor organizer from a century ago. If there are any juniors in the audience, there will be a quiz in the morning, all right? Give it up, please, for Mr. Bill Parsons.
I came to this country, left Scotland far behind, evicted from the Highlands, told to go and find a new life in America across the Atlantic Sea, where I joined the millions of other refugees who ended up at Ellis Island as the century began. The wretched of the earth from every foreign land. When I came to this country, broken and bereft, I quickly saw I'd have been no worse off if I'd never left. Such awful deprivations as I'd never had to face, borne by Swedes and Russians, Africans, and every other race. Millions of people trying not to end up dead from cholera or black lung or being clubbed on the head. I came to this country to have something on my fork. It was obvious the first thing was to get out of New York. I learned to hop the freight trains, some other stiffs and I caught a westbound rattler to give Oregon a try. Signed up for the logging camps, became a timber beast. If I'd stayed there any longer, I'd have surely been deceased. When I came to this country, worked the copper mines in Butte. I was a gandy dancer in Spokane in a gandy dancer suit. I heard the rebel girls speak one night in a railway yard. I joined the union right away and got my first red card. Became a hobo organizer for the one big union grand, preaching the wobbly gospel across the starving land. When I came to this country, I soon enough lost track of the number of times I felt a billy club upon my back, or how many times I saw the tents with freezing kids working in the mines instead of living on the skids. How many times I heard the horrid crying from below of those trapped there in the dungeons with nowhere left to go. When I came to this country, it was a hopeful time of desperation. The red flags flew all across the nation. But when the war began in Europe, we refused to die and kill. We refused to fight a boss's war and serve the boss's will. That's when they got the Legion to burn down our union halls all across the land where there used to be 4 walls. When I came to this country, I had no great expectations, but I didn't think I'd end up back here awaiting deportation. On a steamship on the Hudson, I watched the sunset fade, with 20,000 others swept up in the Palmer raids. Counting myself lucky that I'm still alive, remembering the moment that I first arrived. When I came to this country, when I came to this country, when I came to this country, when I came to this country.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bill wanted me to let you know that he's taking bookings for children's parties where he'll sing songs just like that to young children. He says that is actually true. Oh, okay. Our next performer is a lover of letters, a woman who loves words, and a huge fan of 1970s disco. May I present to you Marsha Pelletier and friends singing or performing Gloria Gaynor's I Will Survive.
Having been here this afternoon, I can tell you that that is the most improved number between then and now. Those ladies worked hard. Nothing like sparkly silver stuff, huh? We're going to get a public service announcement now. A number of the impetus for donating to this stuff tonight comes not only from the teachers, but from a bunch of the kids who are very interested in these things. Coming to the stage right now is somebody who I just realized was in my World Since '89 class today and gave a presentation in front of a bunch of people today. So I doubt he's nervous at all coming up here. I'll bet you he really wants to be up here. Drew Gray, come on up and chat with me.
All right. The United Nations World Food Program is the world's largest humanitarian organization saving lives in emergencies and using food assistance to build a pathway to peace, stability, and prosperity for people recovering from conflict, disasters, and the impact of climate change. Powered by the passion, dedication, and professionalism of over 21,000 staff worldwide, the World Food Program works in over 120 countries and territories to bring life-saving food to people displaced by conflict and made destitute by disasters, and help individuals and communities find life-changing solutions to the multiple challenges they face in building better futures.
Thanks for the info, Drew. Up next, we have a group of really, really talented folks coming up on stage. We have Kathy Stoker, Sue Smith, Judy Papetti, three very fierce and sassy ladies. And it also says here that Mr. Martin is coming up on stage too, so I guess he'll be okay. They will be performing The Best Day of Our Life. Let's hear it for them.
Three, four.
I howled at the moon,
I have a lot of funny things to say about the last act, but Mrs. Papetti kind of scares me. I don't think I want to say them. You ever notice her door is locked before school? There's a line of people waiting to get in, and she seems to know everything that goes on in the building. I don't think I want to say anything. You don't think she can hear me, do you? The next act doesn't know much about anything about what goes on in the building. Brian Callahan's stuck on some country road, and he's going to come out and sing about it. Thanks.
West Virginia, Blue Ridge Mountain, Shenandoah River. Life is older than the trees, younger than the mountains, growing like the breeze. Country roads sing, take me home to the place I belong. Mountain mama, take me home, country road. All my neighbors together around her, honest lady, stranger to blue water. Dark and dusty, painted on the sky, missed to taste of moonshine, teardrops in my eyes. Country road, take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, mountain mama, take me home, country road. I hear her voice in the morning hours, she calls me. The radio reminds me of my home far away. Driving down the road, I get a feeling that I should have been home yesterday. Yesterday, country roads, take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, mountain mama, take me home. Country roads, I want to hear you now. Country roads, take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, mountain mama, take me home. Country roads, take me home. That country roads, take me home. That country roads.
Wow, wasn't that something? I tell you, Brian is also available for children's parties, and he is seeking Yellowstone cosplay opportunities. So if you know of any, just let us know. Our next performers are going to be taking us back to the 1920s, the roaring 1920s. But since, yes, it was a fun time for some. But for the fact that this is a public school, we're going to have to get rid of the scantily clad ladies, the illegal police payoffs, the bootleg booze, and the gang violence. So we're gonna have to do everything else. So up next is Ms. Gormley, Mr. McIntyre, and friends performing A Little Party Never Killed Nobody.
It don't mean a thing if I ain't in your eyes, but it ain't gonna fly, no, It don't mean a thing if I give you my heart, if you tear it apart, no, It don't mean a thing if I ain't in your eyes, but it ain't gonna fly, no, Just one night, just one night, just one night, just one night. What do you think, Goon Rock? Are you ready? A little party never killed nobody. So we gon' dance until we drop. A little party never killed nobody. Right here, right now, is all we got. Oh, a little party never killed nobody. So we gon' dance until we drop. A little party never killed nobody.
We might have just seen some talent. The old QR code reached its limit. New ones being posted around the auditorium. We're looking for donations. That's the function of why we're here tonight. Please keep doing that, okay? We've got another public service announcement. This is two senior girls, Emily Coffey and Erica Stuckey. And I'm not going to do anything like I did to Drew to make them nervous at all. So, come on in.
Created in 2010, World Central Kitchen is now one of the first organizations showing up to the front lines, providing meals in response to humanitarian, climate, and community crises. Their goal is to build resilient food systems with locally led solutions. Most recently, both these organizations have been on the ground in Ukraine, Turkey, and Syria, just to name a few areas in desperate need of assistance.
To quote chef and WCK founder Jose Andres, food is not a luxury reserved for the lucky few. It is a universal human right to live free from hunger. At times like these, it's easy to feel overwhelmed by the scale of the challenges that we face and speed of each new crisis. But many complex problems have simple solutions. Sometimes you just need to decide to do something. You'd be amazed at the power of a plate of food. It can change the world, and so can you.
We have one mission, let's feed the people in need.
World Central Kitchen is on the ground in Nassau, just 90 miles from the eye of the storm.
We show up, boots on the ground, and we start feeding people, and in the process, the plant shows up. That's who we are, and we do it with the community. We do it with locals. We empower the local reconstruction as we keep feeding people.
Here we are with more than 40 small farmers that we are giving grants. One day they will have a very big percentage of the foods they consume produced right here in the island.
We're about ideas and putting them into action.
After the 2010 earthquake in Haiti, Andres has wanted to do more to help create a new kind of activism.
Jose Andres has been thinking about innovative ways to feed people for decades. These free meals are delivered to military personnel working in a makeshift hospital.
When you talk about food and water, people don't want a solution 1 week from now, 1 month from now. The solution has to be now.
You began taking care of people, the reconstruction begins much earlier.
Food relief cannot be about check. A plate of food for us is a way to have a contract with the communities. We come and we tell them, here we are, and we'll come back tomorrow and the day after, until you are okay.
Wherever there is a fight so hungry people may eat, we will be there.
A lot of us in my department stay up on the news on a minute-by-minute basis. I watch all the time, and it's really, really frustrating sometimes not knowing what to do, feeling like you really don't have much power. Ms. Gormley is presenting an opportunity to us. I've watched a bunch on both of these organizations. These are fabulous people. If you don't think you know what to do, if you want to do something, donate to that. They're really good people, and they're trying to do really good things. Coming to the stage next is one of our favorite rangers, Ryan Summers. He's coming out with Mrs. DeBoer, Ms. Titus, and Ms. McCoskery. And I've been ordered by young Ryan, to give a special shout out to the choreographer, Zoe Delia. So would you please welcome these folks to the stage doing Somebody That I Used to Know.
Change your
drummers. That was awesome. I saw a lot of talent out there. This is going to be a tough decision for you guys to see who's going to win. But we got one more group, and these three ladies are coming to us from the science department. Ms. Shaves, Ms. Hilfinger, and Ms. Waterman are the queens of science, and they can tell you the difference between anaphase and telophase and mitosis and all that good stuff and what the powerhouse of the cell is. I don't know the answer to any of those questions, but they are going to wow you with their performance of Dancing Queen by ABBA.
So a shark, a dinosaur, and a unicorn walk into a bar.
You can't tell that joke right. No, don't tell that joke. We'll get in trouble.
That's all right if we get in trouble. I think the level of performances are going up. At least the really expensive things we're buying and blowing up are. Anyway, whatever. We're going to tabulate the votes. We're going to figure out who won. The Belbin boys are hard at work. If you want to donate more, do so right now. Remember, that's half of the way we're going to determine how we're going to win, or who's going to win. And right now, Mr. Masciarelli is going to show the... Hey, have you all said hello to Mr. Masciarelli? Say hi, Mr. Masciarelli. I got you. Mr. Masciarelli is going to show the video from the 2020 lip sync. Gorms wants to do this every couple of years. She loves to do this to raise funds for things, and it's fun and we're good at it. So let's look at what we did a couple of years ago while we tabulate who's going to win. Thanks, folks. We're getting near the end. We want to thank everybody for helping us out with this. Mr. Callahan and the administration, Mr. Masciarelli for all his tech support, Izzy Perriman and Sophia Altamirano for helping behind the scenes. There's a whole bunch of folks who make this possible, and we want to thank them all. We want to have some fun and donate, but thank you, everybody.
Would also like to thank Kathy Stoker for letting all the performers use her room for practice, all of the amazing staff who volunteered their time to put their pride on the line to get up here on the stage and perform for you. Would also like to thank all of the students that also performed tonight. They were awesome. And lastly, we'd like to thank all of you who donated, and all of your donations are much appreciated for these two very, very worthy organizations. So I think we are ready to announce a winner, and Ms. Gormley is coming up now with the trophy that the winner is going to get, and that is something else. Yes, it is. All right. Without further ado, the 2023 Lip Sync Battle winner is Ryan Summers and Friends.
Thank you, everyone, for coming. Hope you had some fun. In the immortal words of Joliet Jake and Elwood Blues, you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. Thanks, everybody.
Get